And I just, I'm like, so I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't have to. I can go for a walk. I can, look outside. I live in this beautiful place with a beautiful, incredible nature, and I don't need to do that. I can, you know, there are other choices, right? And teens have
Yes.
other choices. Teens have other choices, but we have to, it is our job, our responsibility as the adults in the room to empower them and let them know that they do have that choice. They do have that choice.
Yes, thank
Karen,
you, Karen.
on
Go
that note,
ahead,
I was
Tracy.
just looking at the comments, and just somebody's posted in some very similar things about obviously the huge possibilities offered by the smartphones, but actually almost a sense of responsibility of making good use of them. So some of their reflection around and then just linking into what you've said and about Catherine said about, that reflection, and actually the idea, is that they are designed to reward and they are designed to engage us, but that idea that actually it can wait, or they can wait, and being able to, put things down and put it down and not replying immediately. So I just thought, Catherine and Karen, that feedback in the chat mapped greatly onto what you said. And again, if there's anybody else who wants to post about how they found their experience, it'd be fantastic. So back to you, Karen.
Or anybody else who wants to speak up about what this would, or Jamie Lynn, do you have anything you wanted to add?
Well, sure. It's funny because I don't even have my phone in the room with me. How do you like that? And that's actually one of the things too I've done recently, is where I charge my phone now in my office. That has been so nice to wake up in a room in the morning where my phone's not even in it. Right? Like, it's amazing, because if my phone's in it, I'm apt to want to grab it. You know what I mean? In the morning, and probably actually check my email. I feel like if I'm addicted to something, it's email for some reason. I'm addicted to email, y'all. So it can be, I know one of the things we wanted to do too with this conversation was talk about the many ways we can train ourselves, train our kids to have right relationship, and I think with kids, oftentimes one of the first things they're exposed to is YouTube. And so to start to have them in conversations about YouTube, what do you actually want in your feed? What do you actually enjoy? How much time do you think you want to spend here? And again, we might have to put bumpers on it, because our kid might be like 6 hours. And it's like, well, no. But I noticed as I was scrolling through mine, one, I think I actually don't spend enough time, because it's all my peers. This is my work social media account I was on. I'm like, I don't spend enough time just enjoying. I feel like oftentimes I'm trying to think about how do they post? What do I need to be doing? And it's kind of nice to just enjoy people's feeds. And then there was one I really liked where I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I follow this person on my Facebook, because my Facebook feed is much worse. So it was it felt empowering actually to think. Grant Draws. I love Grant Draws. I don't know if any of you follow Grant Draws. It's so nice. They're little comics. They're so fun. And I thought, again, these are things I can also engage my kids in conversations about, right? So kids get really quickly when we're trying to control them, and it shuts down the conversations. But when we're actually inviting them into our worlds, because we're curious, I really like this guy. Do you want to see this guy? This guy's a fun one. What do you like in your feed? You know what I mean? And what do you not like? And something too I've learned recently is because as on Facebook, I told you I don't get the right feeds. I've been trying to say I don't like this one, trying to train that. I think it doesn't work well, because they keep giving me something similar. I think because they see that I pause there, and they're looking for the pause. So I'm trying to get better. When I see something, I know I'm just scroll quick, so that the algorithm doesn't train to think. And so again, for me, it actually does feel empowering to know, how does the algorithm work? How can I train it? And then I want to empower kids to do the same thing, because again, that actually encourages agency, which kids, and especially teens, are super big on agency. And it trains mindful awareness. What do I like? What do I not like? What do I want to have more of? And actually, what creates balance in me? So I love that question of, how do I feel when I'm done? Because that's the question kids to be asking themselves too. How do I feel before I get on? Last thing I'll share on this, and then I'll give up my little monologue here. But one of my daughters said this about playing video games. She likes to play Minecraft, and that's also one that has this social kind of sphere here. And she says, when I get on this social media, this media platform, if you will, and I'm in a bad state, I'm much more likely to be like, everything is like, why do they do that? Why do this do that? Why do, you know what I mean? Like, to just like, why they do. And when she gets on there and she's in kind of a good mood, she actually oftentimes has a better experience. And so again, being mindful of what is your state when you go on? What is your state when you get off? How does this affect your experience? These are all things we want to train ourselves in, and we want to train youth in so that they can be empowered in their use.
Thank you, Jamie Lynn. There is so much to discuss. We could, I know, talk all night. Just having that time to have a personal reflection, I think, is really valuable. And I hope everyone that's listening or watching live at the moment has really enjoyed that opportunity to create that little bit of space to start being the observer, because we know it's awareness that will drive change of behavior. We need to be aware of what's happening first. If we're just automatically, as you say, Jamie Lynn, picking up that phone before half our eyelids are up, that's what we do. And then we're sucked in. And then we cannot, as Karen said, you know, we can't beat ourselves up too much that we've then got hooked. What we do need to do, we've got 10 minutes left to really explore, well, I want to open it up to the people that are here live and to explore some ways in which that we can really support ourselves, because this actually needs to be a real self-discipline. Speaking from an adult perspective, it's a discipline to leave the phone outside the door, but I use it. I have my meditations on my phone. It's also my alarm clock. I have, you know, there's tons of justifications we can say why it's important for it to be by the, you know, in the bedroom and so on. And this is where I think it's really helpful for us to now explore